In this video, I'm going to give you 6 reasons why if you work in OnlyFans management, you should stop what you are doing right now and hire and train a team of in-house chatters if you do not have them already. This one thing has led to an explosion in revenue for me over the past month. Something I never had before, something I only recently just did out of frustration. I'll talk a little bit about that briefly, but this was the missing piece for me. Maybe that's another video, the whole story behind this, but it was the missing piece for me. And I'm going to give you 6 reasons why it was the missing piece in this video right now. What's up, everybody? Yala Poppy from simphunter.com. So let's get into it. All right. Okay. Number 1, the first reason why you should stop what you're doing and go out and hire and train a team of chatters is that it will, this is the obvious one, it will force you to come up with a system for chatting. Okay. I didn't have a system for chatting before. My system for chatting was like, hey, do you want to be a chatter? You do? Okay, great. Here's an account. Good luck. Here's an account. Here's the Google Drive with her content. Try to sell something and let me know, if you get a custom request. that was my training for chatters. And that's probably your training for chatters too. Like, do you train them at all? Probably not. You'll put an ad in Telegram. You're like, oh, we're looking for chatters. You must be a native English speaker. You must be this, you must be that. You get a million fucking messages from these idiots and they're like, hello, sir, I have 2 years experience as a chatter and I make $500 per shift and I do this and I do that. And they send you fucking screenshots of like all of their sales and all their dirty talk. And you're like, oh, okay, well, they replied to the ad. So, all right, here, what's your inflow? Boom. Okay, good luck. That is the extent to which most people think about chatting. Now, obviously, that is not how you want to do it. That is inferior. Imagine this, okay? Well, most people who do OFM, what do you spend most of your time doing? Fucking traffic, marketing, right? Like, how do I figure this out about Reddit or Instagram or whatever? That's probably what you spend most of your time doing. Imagine if you took an hour a day, an hour. Well, that's not a long time. You probably work more than that. You take an hour a day, you go into the OnlyFans account and you just try chatting with these idiots. Just talk to them. Literally just go exchange some messages with them. And you will start to get a feel for what works and what doesn't. Now, I will make a separate video. I think I've already made videos on my chatting system, which is fucking amazing. Just going to put it out there. It's fucking amazing. But when you come up with your own system, then the next logical step is for you to be like, okay, well, now I have something that works. Now I just need to hire and train people to do that, right? It's like, okay, you figured out Tinder. Are you going to sit there all day and make fucking Tinder accounts? I hope not. You can, I guess. But like, why wouldn't you pay some Filipino $300 a month to do that for you? Why are you doing it yourself? It doesn't make sense. How are you going to scale because you're only one person and you probably have 50 other things you need to do. So you need to hire and train for that role. And you can't hire and train for that role unless you come up with your own system. And I know what you're thinking, like, well, I can just get somebody with experience. I can hire a manager. I can hire a chatting agency. Don't do it. Do not do it. Okay. I don't want to go off on a rant here, but like ask anybody, just ask a question. Be like, has anybody ever worked with a chatting agency? Has anybody, just ask that question in a group, see what the responses are. Okay. Reason number 2, why you should stop what you're doing and train a team of chatters is because it will force you to identify the type of person who will be a good chatter. Now, just because let's say you have a great training system. Let's say you nailed it, bro. Like right out of the gate, you chatted for an hour one day and you're like, boom, I get it. I know how to chat now. I'm a genius. That doesn't mean that 100 out of 100 people that you teach it to will be able to execute it properly. Some people are just fucking retarded. Some people have bad English. Some people don't put the effort in. Some people quit for some reason. Some people are, whatever. There's all kinds of problems. And I would say that if we're talking applicants here, I would say if I post a job ad and let's say I get 100 responses, I will probably get 1 or 2 good chatters out of that, which if you think about it, that's fucking amazing, bro. Do you know how valuable a good chatter is? Like they are worth their weight in gold if they are good. If they are good. Now, how are you going to identify who's going to be a good chatter? Well, the only way that you can do that is you have to get through fucking hundreds of applications and talk to hundreds of people and sadly train hundreds of people to be like, okay, the best chatters are like this, 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 and this. And everybody else is a fucking retard and I'm not going to waste my time with them. And then what you can do is you can tailor your job ad to look for people who match that description. I can tell you what mine is. Damn it. I'm just going to make a video, right? About that. Oh yeah. I have a video about that coming up. It's coming up. But anyway, if you do it on your own and you can use my requirements as a template, which you should, or use somebody's requirements as a template, but it will allow you to identify what type of person is going to be a good chatter. Now, a quick little side note, I will tell you that the type of person who's going to be a good chatter will be good at any role, right? Because again, it's like models, you know, you want to look for superstars. A superstar model, she's going to be a superstar OnlyFans model. She would be a superstar fucking waitress. She would be a superstar, I don't know, fucking admin. Like she'd be superstar everything. So that's really what you're looking for. Anyway, reason number 3 why you should stop what you're doing and hire and train your own team of chatters is because it will allow you to identify who on your team, who are currently on your team, is worth keeping, who is worth promoting, and who is worth getting rid of. So, you know, let's assume, I guess this kind of assumes that you already have people working for you already. Like in my recent videos, or not recent, but like a month ago, my videos, I talked about how I had a business partner. I no longer work with that business partner. However, one of the things, you know, they had a much bigger agency. Well, yeah, they had a much bigger agency. And one of the things that I found, you know, appealing about this partnership at first was that they allegedly had like figured out chatting. They had a great chat team. They'd figured out chatting and like, we never needed to worry about chatting because like it was handled. We had a great manager and like all this stuff. And then I was absorbed into his agency. Terrible idea. Don't recommend it to anybody, by the way, but I did it. My fault. And I realized, no offense to anybody who may watch this, but their chatting team was terrible. It was fucking dog shit. And you know, okay, not that it was dog shit. It was the same as every other chatting team I've ever seen. It was the same. It's all the same. Hey, babe, $20 video. I'm so horny. The same shit. That is like, that's the natural state of chatting for most people. And it is so bad. Anyway, so when I was still part of that agency, I didn't see anybody who was worth keeping, to be honest with you. I would have fired every single one of them. Who was worth promoting? Nobody. Who was worth getting rid of? Everybody. But if you already have people who are working for you, let's say your agency, like let's just say theoretically, let's say you have one good chatter who's like producing numbers and the rest are like fucking terrible, but they still sell for like $100 a day. So it's profitable for you to keep them on, and you don't want to get rid of them. I'm telling you right now, get rid of those motherfuckers. ASAP, fucking out the door. Goodbye. Good luck. Send them a fucking application for McDonald's. Maybe it'll work out. But, now, okay, and I'll tell you how this works for me. So now after I've done, you know, I don't know how many fucking chatters I've hired. Well, actually I do. I've hired, let's see, now I have like 4 good chatters. Let me think. Arvin, Billy, Cyril, and there's one more. John. I have 5 good chatters now. I hired 4 good chatters in a fucking month. Like, and when I say good chatters, let me clarify this. These guys will sell, you know, they're on multiple accounts, but like they'll sell, you know, $300 to like $800 a day times 5, bro. Okay. They're not fucking selling $1,000, $2,000 per account per shift, but like I'll take fucking an average of $1,500 a day from these chatters anytime. And it took me a month to hire them. Like, all right. Anyway, I'm too excited. So reason number 4, why you should stop what you are doing and hire and train a team of chatters is because it will motivate you to generate more traffic so they have the opportunity to sell. So when you hire good people, okay, now I will say, all those five that I mentioned, they're all good people. There are some that are like, it's up in the air if they're going to stay or not, right? I'm not 100% sure. Who knows? But those five are good, and I want to keep them, and I want to keep them happy, and I want to keep the mood good, and I want to keep them making money, and I want to keep the vibe cooperative and competitive at the same time. And more than that, like, I appreciate the effort that they put into the training, and I appreciate the effort that they put into the role in general. And I want to reward them because I feel I recognize their effort, and I'm like, wow. And I feel almost like they have done something for me, and that I'm obligated to return the favor. And returning the favor in this case is providing traffic, providing subscribers, because they don't do that. That's not their job. I mean, imagine you're a chatter and you're sitting on an account and like you're commission based, and they all are commission based, by the way. I don't pay hourly. Fuck that shit. You're commission based, and there's no leads. There's nobody to sell to. And I don't mean like you have the list of B leads and nobody's buying because you're fucking dog shit. I mean, there's nobody for you to sell to. So that's not fair to them. And now that I know that, like, okay, I've got fucking, what's this guy's name? Josh. Is it Josh or John? Whatever his name is. John. I don't even know their names. John. His name is John. I've got John on this OnlyFans account, and like, you know, I need to get Josh subs. I need that account to get subs. And it's like, when you have a model and she's not getting subs, like, I mean, not that you don't care, but like if the traffic is reliant on her to do it, it's like, okay, well, you didn't get any subs. Like, I'm not going to fucking put any work into you. I don't care. It's an asset that is not being developed, but it doesn't cost you anything. So you don't really care. Now I have all of these assets that chatters that I invested my time and my energy in, and I recognize that they are hardworking, at least. And they want to do the role well, and they want to like join the cool kids who sell a lot in the chat group. So I need to give them that opportunity. So it's caused me to do things like I hired another VA. I was like, okay, here's 5 Reddit accounts. Go post 100 times a day to each account and fucking, install the chatbot on the Reddit accounts. That's it. And that's not hard to do. But the point is that I would not have done that if I did not have the good chatter on the account. If I didn't like need to give him something to keep him around, if that makes sense. Maybe the motivation's all fucked up, to be honest with you. Like, the motivation should be buy a Lambo, buy a watch, fucking whatever. But like the feeling of needing to repay a favor to somebody you are obligated to because they did something for you, for me at least, is more powerful than like, oh, I need a BMW. I don't care about that. I fucking drive a Chrysler 300. I don't give a fuck. 2009. It's a beater. But knowing that like I need to give John some subs so he can, live his life in the fucking Philippines, it's much more motivating to me. It's so crazy to hear myself say that, because I don't like care about John. I don't give a fuck. If he disappeared tomorrow, like, I wouldn't shed a tear. Well, I'd be upset because I need the chatter and he's doing well. But like as a human being, no offense, John, if you watch this, but like I don't particularly care. Yet I'm going out of my way and like spending time and money and effort to make sure that his work experience is positive. So that's very valuable. Number 5 is that it will build a culture of achievement and loyalty in your organization. So most people, well, I can't say most people. Usually, well, actually, I don't even really know, to be honest with you. But when you have, okay, and also I do things a little bit differently with my chatters. I know most people, what they do is they will put multiple chatters on one OnlyFans account so that they can chat for 24 hours a day. I do not do that. Okay. There's one account. Well, I'll explain. There's one account, and I assign one chatter to that account, and that account is that chatter's account. Now, when we up the traffic, like when I have a VA doing the fucking however many posts they do, when I have 10 VAs like that, when I have one VA like that for every account, for every model, yeah, fine. Then we can look into putting more chatters on the account. But right now, with my chatting style, with the way that they do things, with the way that they sell, that's enough. That's fine. They're selling a lot. The accounts are not going to get to $50,000 a month, probably. Not from one guy fucking selling. That's just not going to happen. But they'll get to like 10, 15. I'm fine with that because, and I'll tell you why, because my system is replicable. I can take any model. I can take, not any model, fine. I can take a above average quality model, let's say. I can take a chatter who fits my specifications, which I'll find one or two every week when I post a job ad. And I can fucking connect the dots, and I can hire some other VA to fucking go do stuff for traffic. And then boom, all the dots are connected. All I have to do is invoice them. That's it. Business is done. Over. So, how is this related to the point? Build a culture of achievement and loyalty. I don't remember. But anyway, the point is that like when you have a sales team and the sales team is all crushing and they see, this is very important with sales. Okay. I did commission only sales for a very long time. Salespeople, we always want to know how much the other people sold for. So like, and the reason for that is because you want to see if you didn't sell, if it's because of you, because you fucking suck, or you suck that day, or if it's just like the vibe in there, the people aren't buying. You're looking for an excuse, right? And the opposite is true too. If you, if other people are selling, then you're like, oh fuck, everybody's fucking selling a bunch of content. That means I can do it too, and it'll motivate you. And so when you have a good chatting system in place, and you have, like a team of chatters who are producing results every single day, then it builds this culture of like, okay, everybody's making money, everybody's selling, I can do it too. And that's very important. You need that belief in your sales team. Or rather, the sales team needs the belief. They need to believe that if they go and perform the role according to how they were trained, then the money will come, and then that will generate money. And that, will happen if you have fucking killer chatters on your team. Anyway, you get it. Number 6, it will allow you to reward your team in order to improve performance. So if you're working with a chatting agency, or you're working with chatters who like you don't manage directly, and they do something, and this has happened to me. This is like the story of my life. I had chatters who weren't my chatters. I was working with a chatting agency, and they would go and I would check. I never checked the chats. I think I did OFM for like a year before ever like opening the messages and reading any chats. But then I had one day a chatting agency, and I got some message saying like some account got flagged for some bullshit. And then I opened up the chats and checked them. And I was like, dude, why is your fucking dumbass chatter posting this bullshit? And I had to go yell at him. And like, when you work with a chatting agency, you're putting your faith in the person running the chatting agency. And not only that, let's say the person running the chatting agency is a fucking genius. Let's say they're an amazing chatter. Maybe they're a bad manager, and maybe they're an amazing manager. They're still not going to be as motivated to do a good job for you as you would be, number one, but that's obvious because you're a business owner. But they would not be as motivated to do the job as somebody who is directly employed by you. So whether that's a chatting manager, or whether those are the chatters themselves, and you're doing the management yourself, those people that you hire who know if they fuck up, like the boss is going to come and fucking shit on them in front of everybody, and that's their livelihood, so they better do a fucking good job. Those people are going to perform much better because there's a real life consequence to them not performing well. Whereas like the chatter that works for the chatting agency, that dude is probably fucking not skimming off the top, but he's probably paying them fucking $1.50 an hour to go copy paste some bullshit. And he's taking, whatever the percentages that you're giving them. Anyway, highly recommend that you guys go out and train your own team of chatters. It will be like, it's the healthiest thing that you can do for your agency, almost regardless of what level you are at. Like, you have one model, you have one source of traffic. She's getting 5-10 subs a day. Change her to a free account so she gets more, but fine. It's another video. Go hire and train chatters, bro. I promise you, it'll be fucking amazing. And just use common sense, or read my chatting article. Holy shit. Like, I have the whole guide there. I have everything there. It's 20,000 words. Like, you have no excuse. Anyway, thanks for watching the video, and I will see you in the next one.